Hello, I'm Neil, and in this video we're going to answer a question. Why is the AWS server so expensive? If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. Let's get into it. When you're buying an AWS server, you're not just buying a server. You're comparing it to the cost of buying a physical server. Running a server for a year in AWS is probably going to be less than a third of the cost of buying an actual server. However, the running costs are more than that. You need IP addresses if you're connected to the internet. You need power. Can't switch on without it. You need air conditioning to keep it nice and cool. In short, you need a data center. If you're talking about a data center, then you need redundant power, just in case diggers go through one of them. You need redundant networks. You don't want your servers to go offline because the same digger is taking out your power and your network. Clumsy. And the cost of that infrastructure, cost of the building, putting the racks in, cleaning the floors. Once you've got the data center, then you need to buy the servers themselves. Tends to be bought and then written off over maybe 5 years. Get 5 years out of a server. But these things go wrong. You need maintenance contracts. You need spares. In the event of a hard disk failure, it won't kill the server because we're running redundant configuration. But you don't want a dead drive in a server for very long. On top of those things, we need other infrastructure. We need network switches and storage arrays and fiber linking them together. And all that is pretty cheap. Not going to lie, that's the easy bits. The expensive stuff is the staff. We need someone to keep the building secure so that nobody gets in and destroys our stuff. We need a team of people to rack the servers in the first place. The servers need configuring. Not the virtual servers, of course, that's your job. But the main server itself needs configuring. Probably automated, but it still needs a human to click a button. But before that, it needed many humans to create that system so that the button could be clicked. All that has to be paid for somewhere. And then more enhanced storage also costs more. I've already mentioned storage arrays. If it's redundant disks, then you need more than one 1 terabyte hard drive to store your data on. You want at least 3 of them. And if you're dealing with the internet, yes, there's the cost of the IPs, and then you have to pay for data. Now, with all of those costs taken into account, does a single AWS server now seem expensive? So there comes a time when there's a balance point between, is it worthwhile your company having their own data center with all of this stuff in? Because at some point there will be a tipping point where if you've got some servers, it'll be worthwhile you having a data center. But then you might ask, well, what's the point in going to the cloud if I can do it cheaper with my own people, my own data center? And that's where the cloud really performs well, called agility. By using a cloud provider, you gain scaling. You want to scale your service up, say for just 1 month, December maybe, then you don't want to pay for all of that hardware and stuff that's going to sit there doing nothing for the other 11 months of the year. By using the cloud, you've got the ability to tap into their storage, and you can scale up all those servers, do your December sales, and then scale them back down again in January. We talk about data centers again. Often you won't just have one data center. A disaster recovery plan will have 2 data centers, at least a few miles apart. AWS and other cloud providers give this for you. In AWS, called availability zones. In addition to that, cloud providers have multiple geographies that you can use. If you've got customers in Europe, then you can choose London or Ireland or Frankfurt, Paris. This will reduce latency to your customers and provide a better service. Touching back on scaling, there's other reasons why you might not want to pay for a server full-time. Full-time costs of the server are expensive. You can reduce that by 50% just by not having that server powered on over the weekend. I was working with a customer who would regularly shut down their development environments. That's dev, QA, and staging. 3 environments completely shut down about 7 o'clock every night. And then they would be spun up brand new at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's nearly a third of the day they're not paying for those servers. Do the same at the weekends, and there's a whole 2 24-hour periods that you're not paying for the servers. Add those together, you're only paying for 50% of the server time. If you have your own data centers, you have to pay for 100% of the server time. So you can see there's a tipping point at which AWS servers are expensive. But compared to what? Compared to running your own data center, probably not. If you've got a large fleet of servers, then there may well be that tipping point. However, if you use the scalability and agility of the cloud, where you're shutting down your development environments every night, then you will be paying less than if you had your own data center. For more on this, contact me on my socials. And if you've got any more questions, please put them in the comments below. I love answering questions. Till the next one. See you later.